Let's look at the relationship of conditional, the conditional relationship here. Another subordinate relationship as we move down. And of course, each time we're looking at a relationship, I would encourage you to have your cheat sheet in front of you from Piper's Biblical Exegesis. That'll be helpful. I don't arc without mine. So I would encourage you to use that. It's a great tool, a great summary of everything we're talking about here. Well, let's look at the conditional relationship. The conditional relationship, the abbreviation for that for our arcing is if then. Is if then. What is also referred to as the protasis and the apodosis, the conditional relationship of if then. The relationship, here's the definition, between an action and one that is merely potential. The relationship between an action and one that is merely potential. And our keywords are, you guessed it, if, then, if this, then that. But you'll also see other constructions, other keywords, like provided that, sometimes you'll see except as a conditional word. If you are doing this, then this will also be true. So the relationship between an action and one that is merely potential. If we're going to arc this, we're simply going to write the words if and then th for then under our arcs of our two propositions, and then draw one arc over the top to designate that these propositions are in a conditional relationship. All right, let me give you an example of a conditional relationship here in a diagram. Galatians 5:18 says, if you are led by the Spirit, comma, you are not under the law. But if you are led by the Spirit, comma, you are not under the law. So we see that this is the implication of the action that is potential based on whether or not you are led by the Spirit. If you are led by the Spirit, this is true of you. If you are not led by the Spirit, then this is not true of you. It's only potential until such a time as you are led by the Spirit. And Paul is arguing for this in Galatians 5:18. Now we notice we have our key word here, if. This is very straightforward, but you will notice that then, there's no then. So the then is implied, but if we inserted then right here, it would make perfect sense. But if you are led by the Spirit, then you are not under law. So we do have a relationship, a conditional relationship here. So let's write this out so that we can label this with our arcs. But if you are led by the Spirit, comma, then you, are not under the law. And if you even want to write to remind yourself here in parentheses, then, sometimes I'll do that, that's helpful. If you are led by the Spirit, then you are not under law. So we have verse 18, A and B, two propositions. Draw one line, an arc over each proposition. And we're going to simply label this as if, then, a conditional relationship. If you want to, you could also label it simply as conditional. Sometimes I'll do that to remind myself that the first proposition is the condition which must be met if the other potentiality is going to come into being. But this is the relationship of conditional, and this is how you would arc, a verse or a text of Scripture when you come across it in the relationship of conditional, in the conditional relationship.